Okay, so now that your frame has dried, our next step is to remove our tape. And this is when we're going to see how we did. Now, what you're going to be looking for is how tight our joints are on the picture frame and how square the corners are, or if the corners here are 90 degrees. So if you ordered a picture and it was a 4x6 picture, which is a standard picture size, okay, if we put that, it should fit right here, which is why now I'm hoping you guys see that we measured from this point of the rabbit, not this point of the rabbit, because the picture is now needs to sit here, from here to here, and here to here. So we have to measure when we're measuring our new and final project for our picture frame. You're always measuring from this side of the picture frame to this side, of the rabbit, from this side to this side. So your rabbit, if we were going to do an 8x10 picture, we wouldn't measure 8 inches from this point to this point and 10 inches from here to here. No, we would measure the 10 from this point of the rabbit to this point so that the picture has something to sit on when we put that in. So you're going to get a piece of plexiglass. The plexiglass will sit on this rim, then your picture will go there, then a piece of cardboard, and then we're going to put little nails to hold that in. So that's the measuring. So let's see how we did. We should have had a 4x6. Let's see if we got it. Okay, so there's our 6 inches. And here is our 4 inches. So the next thing we want to see is, one, how flat it is. And you'll notice mine actually didn't come out that flat. Because we want it flat when it sits on the wall. If it doesn't come out super flat, that's alright. The next thing is we want to look at our joints. So right here we can see the joint is pretty tight the whole way. We don't see daylight through it. We have on the corner here, we can kind of round that over again, but when we're dealing with a pre-finished product like we are, we can't just come back and sand this, which is why it's really important that we get these miters perfect when we do them. Now this one, you can see the miter is open here and tight back here. This one is tight for the most part, and this one's pretty open. Okay, so it's not a very strong joint, and the reason is this one was tilted this way or this way so that the back is pretty tight. You can also see here. So what I want you to do is kind of evaluate each of your joints. This one is probably the best one on mine. Maybe this one. These two ones are pretty good. So I look at the front, I would say probably this is the best one. So this is what you're trying to get to. Tight on the back, tight on the front. It shouldn't extend past here on the miter. It should be really tight here on the outside and on the inside. So mine is actually kind of wobbly. You can see it moves because it didn't have a lot of connection for that glue to join those two pieces. This one's a lot stronger. This one's pretty strong. But you can start to see it's really important to get those. So that's kind of a review. The last thing we would want to see is if these are square. So we would take our speed square, and you can see that this is not quite 90 degrees. Okay, so if I put it tight to here, you can see I have it tight here, but it's extending past here. So when I glued this up, I didn't get it perfectly 90, which means when the picture comes that is 90 degrees, when we go to put it in there, we're actually going to have to trim that out a little bit because these aren't perfectly 90 degrees. If you can see that, there's a gap here and a bigger gap here. So that's kind of what you want to look at. Evaluate yours. If a joint is pretty weak, like the one I have right here, I don't even know if this has glue on it because you can see it's come apart. So make sure that all your joints are pretty tight. If not, I would put some extra glue in there and then we're going to put it tight. So then try taking a picture, a 4x6 picture, see if you have one, or cut a piece of paper or do some artwork on it. Stick it in there. And then if you have a piece of cardboard, put the cardboard there behind the piece. You could even glue your picture, since this doesn't have glass. You could glue your picture to the cardboard, put your cardboard in there, and then just put a piece of tape on the back side of the cardboard to hold it. And then we're going to have to deal with how we're going to hang these on your wall, which we're going to have to get some form of little hanger like you have on a picture hanger, or if some of you want to make, we can make a little wood stand for these so that it could stand on a tabletop. So that's a review of your first one, and then we're going to go over your next one here.